Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have already done this video, but then for some reason it deleted. So we're doing it again. If you haven't realized, I do this for YouTube first and then I do it again for TikTok. So I post on YouTube first and then I post here on TikTok. If you want to see it on YouTube first, go to the link in my bio and then head on over there. I talked about Xavier and the whole Big Brother theory in the last two videos. So the whole concept of that Big Brother's watching you and that kind of being whatever is in all of this is kind of intriguing to me, and I love that. That's kind of a hidden little Easter egg that is a possibility of what the creators did. I'm not saying that that's what they did, but if you like kind of go up to like Skyhaven, and like spoiler alert for anyone that's not made it there yet, little things that are about up there, it's like babies watching you, and I've always loved 1984. And that's something that really just caught my attention. I was like, oh, okay. So then you're taking these little butts that are just kind of floating about. They look like harmless little butterflies or bumblebees just buzzing about in your business, looking like helpful little busy bees, making themselves useful, but too useful. Because, I mean, you have your phone. Even in the future of what this is supposed to be, you have a phone. So why wouldn't they need these little butts full of this information? But they're there. They're there being overly helpful. So they're just there. They're just there. And they're showing up at every opportune, or I should say inopportune time. To the point, even main character starts realizing it. Just like I said in the last video, where she is, excuse me, I have the hiccups now and I'm trying to make it go away. Just like she ends up pointing it out and noticing it when Xavier pulls her out of the nest. Because at this point she's realizing that just about every given time that she is with Xavier, something goes wrong. Something happens when she's with him, and he is not being 100% honest with her. He is dodging every question, everything she asks. He's giving her half truths, half answers, half whatevers, because he thinks that he's doing the right thing by doing that. At least that's my opinion. That's what I'm speculating. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. But that's my input on that point, or my part on that. But that's what I'm thinking. So, these little butts, they're right there where they're talking outside of that little fountain. And he knows that they're listening in on them. And he, like I said in the last video, he makes them go away. And then he drags her off. And then, of course, the whole incident that happens at, the nest. And then she finds herself in the N109 zone. And this is where main character starts seeing the difference in what's happening in that area. I'm not going to go into too much detail for those that have not made it to Silas's area, or may have not even fully encountered Silas, because I kind of already made a spoiler for the Sky Haven, and I don't want to be that person that does like too many spoilers. But Silas does, have that conversation with main character. And he does kind of, hint at, why do you think my district looks like this? Who do you think did this? Why do you think this area looks like this compared to the rest of the areas? Where do you think it started out? Who do you think did this? Type of thing. If you know, you know. For those that have made it there, I'm really trying to not give too much away because of the people that have not made it there yet. And that's so hard because I'm wanting to really say it, but I don't want to say it at the same time. It's so difficult because, it's like kind of an important part, but at the same time, you don't want to give the information away. Anyways, so the point is, it's heavily indicated, at least in my opinion, that Ever is, if you can hear my kid, at this point they're home from school, and I am sorry. They're home from school. I'm sorry. But it's heavily indicated that Ever kind of has a resemblance to the whole Big Brother thing. And they're really watching our main characters. Main character, us. And the boys. All of them. In some capacity. Because, of what's going on. Because, of course, they're all trying to stop Ever. If anybody's going to stop them, it's going to be them. Although main character, for the most part, has been out of the loop. Not in the know. Not in the know until she encounters each of these boys. Although, kind of for the most part, even Zane is kind of out of the loop, but not really. He's not as in the loop as Xavier and Raphael and Silas and, of course, Caleb. But the next one I'm going to touch base on will be Zane. We will talk about Zane in the next 3 videos. And then after that, I will talk about Silas, and then lastly, I'll talk about Caleb. For now, I am done a little bit. I'm done on kind of Raphael and Xavier. They will come back up because they are intertwined with main character and everyone in their own unique way, because all of them are woven together in this mix of main character and this multiverse and everything that's going on, and how all of their paths don't exactly cross or whatever, but they play a huge part with the main character and her development and what goes on. But you know what I mean. Maybe I'm just rambling. I don't know. But next one that I'll be talking about is Zane and what's going on with him and his part with Ever. Not really his part, but what happens with him and how things are going about. And he's just the next one.